Getting paper on these player haters, old news, money on the other line, so I'm not gonna hold you. Money on the other line, so I'm not gonna.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to an extremely late edition of I'm Not Gonna Hold You. It has been a hectic day here at the Barbershare offices, so I apologize to all our viewers. We're supposed to be on here about almost an hour ago. And today's episode will be sponsored by Tequila Ocho. This is a real good tequila. Shout out my nigga Pavi. No more Casa. We putting the Casa up. This is an unofficial endorsement. We putting the Casa up. The Negroes have stepped on the product. So we back out here. We back out here. It's been you know how they say overreaction Monday. This is a how am I gonna describe this Monday? This is an alcohol Monday. This what it is. So bang, your mic is on mute. Both of y'all, there we go.
I was just saying that was a long ass pour.
It's been a long ass 24 hours, my nigga. Like, so
that's a pour of disappointment, my nigga. Like that's man who had plans and those plans are not going the way we thought that shit was going out.
Well, your ass was talking like, yo, this is this.
On a
5 minutes later.
On a multitude of fronts. So we are here to talk about football today, as we are about 2 hours away from a Monday Night Football doubleheader. We got the rundown. And then we're gonna mix this up a little bit today. We got my homie Lotto, my man Shot Lottery on Twitter. He will be joining us soon to talk about the Chicago Bears. So we're gonna do the logo out first, because I think that's really what y'all want to hear us talk about anyway. Is the Chicago Bears. Y'all want to hear our disappointment. 79th House has still not been uploaded, and this is not because it was a technical difficulty last night. Honestly, the internet cut off mid recording, and so my brother had to edit it, and the internet at his school was very slow, and this nigga's not home yet. So when he gets here, it'll probably be up tomorrow. If I want to be 100% real about it, it's going to probably be up tomorrow. Now, this isn't one of our best episodes. It was a very subdued episode because, honestly, we didn't know what to say. This is pretty much where I think all Bears fans are at this particular point in our fandom. So that's where we are with that. But y'all are here to hear us talk about everything. This is episode 5, season 4 of I'm Not Gonna Hold You, man. It's your guy, Scott, Dante, Bang, in the house, man. You know how we always start this off. You know to follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Barberchair Scott. You know to follow Dante on Twitter at OctoberZoneTay. You can follow Bang at JRBang on Twitter and Instagram. And of course, subscribe to the Patreon, patreon.com/Barberchair Network right now. There will not be an episode of Summer Sessions this week. Me and Pav Pav has his dad's retirement join us tomorrow, and I fuck with Mr. McCoy. He's a cool nigga, and also free beer. I mean, I will be there. In the words of my man who's the Pep, the soccer coach, we will be there. We will be there. I'm gonna go ahead. I heard brewery nigga. We will be there. We will be there. So there will be no Summer Sessions this week. We will be back next week. But how was y'all weekend?
My weekend was solid, bro. I was out in Dallas, had a good time, met some people, got a chance to take some cool photos and whatnot. And then on Sunday, reality hit. I got off the plane around 12:30, made it to the bar just in time. The first quarter, I saw the scripted drive, and then all hell broke loose. So, like you said, it didn't really. Week 1 was the shocking one. That was the one where we'd be like, "Oh shit!" Now it's like, "Oh, so this is really what it is." So I can't say I'm too up or too down. I'm just here. Right? But we're gonna talk about it.
Bang, how's it going for you?
It's been a long 2 weeks for me. No, I wasn't gonna be able to do Summer Sessions because I got a funeral to go to tomorrow. It is. Hey, first of all, fellas, it's okay to say you're not okay. So let me just say that. I'm not particularly talking about the Bears here, but it's okay to say I'm not okay. So this weekend I was able to say, hey, I'm not okay, And then I watched the Bears game, and I was really not okay. Even though I was almost right on the score, I said 24-21. It was 27-17. Me and my father and my brother had a spirited conversation because I'm trying to tell them the whole team sucks, and they like, oh man, nah, it's Justin. Like, nah, it's all these niggas. So I'm shocked I got my voice.
I mean, besides the Bears, was your weekend good?
Oh yeah, other than that though, saw family I ain't seen in a while. Um, my auntie blessed me with some kind words. My 91-year-old auntie, she's the truest OG of the family at this point right now. So she blessed me with some good words and everything. Then my parents fucked it up at the end. So so other than that, it was a pretty decent weekend. And in Chicago, decent. It was, you know what? It was decent. A little decent.
Yeah.
So it
Yeah.
was Chicago. Dude. What about you, Dante? I know you took some pictures from Hall of Famers, man. Tell us
Yeah, I
Oh
about
did.
that.
shit.
Yeah, I had an opportunity to go to the Dream Ball Gala out in Dallas. Like I said, I met Dr. J, Dickie V, Charles Oakley. It was a pretty solid event, for a really good cause. It was actually very random because NLE Chopper performed, which surprised the shit out of me. But it was dope as fuck. So yeah, like I said, it was a really good time out in Dallas. Dallas is a really solid city. That was my first time out there. That was my first time ever going to Dallas. So I'll definitely be back. Probably for the playoffs. But it was a pretty good time, bro.
Yeah, I love Dallas.
I think we have Mikey's trying to Dante. You can let him in. He's trying to give us something from wherever he's at. This is going to be the most random episode of this TV show ever, and I say that because I have a older charger and I don't have much battery today. So this might be a 1 hour episode for you niggas. I don't know. This is going to be real random today.
Honestly,
So
at this point, that's all the fuck we need, Scott.
Mikey got two bricks in the trunk, got his head on a swivel.
Mikey, what's going on, bro?
Y'all can hear me?
Yeah,
Yeah, you
barely.
now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's
Oh,
going
my
on,
shit
dog?
broke.
That kind of episode today, bro.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's
Kind of
one
like
of them
Justin
episodes.
Fields.
Okay. All right. I'm just gonna get into my opening rant as we try to do this episode today. So pretty much how I was gonna start this. This is what we're gonna do today. We're gonna throw this entire rundown out and we're just gonna talk football. What we get into today, we get into today, and we don't get into today, we don't get into today.
There you
It
go.
just is what it is.
Fuck
It's just one of them days today, dog.
Just like
So
the Bears offense.
We do it
I
live.
think
Fuck it.
we'll hear what Bill O'Reilly said. We're gonna do it live. We'll do it live. So this is the reality of the situation for the Chicago Bears. The reality is it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because this is just how this organization is. This is how they've always been. And I think for the first time in a collective fandom, we all saw it yesterday. This is Nagy Mitch 2.0, which means this is John Fox Mitch 3.0. You know what I'm saying? So that's just pretty much what it is. If we talk about this team can't develop quarterbacks, are we even really sure they can hire coaches? Like that's a legit question right here. Can they hire coaches? If Lovie Smith is the best you've done in 30 years, that tells me everything I need to know. That's one. Number two, they are the laughing stock of the NFL. You've got Shaq Barrett and Levante Davis saying, "Oh, we knew what plays they were running. We knew it was coming." You know what I'm saying? You've got Bunny Colvin. I'm not calling him Todd Bowles. Bunny Colvin in his pregame speech, like they only got us as 2.5 favorites on the Bears. These the Bears. Like they're talking about this team like they're a non-factor. And they really are a non-factor. And that's just pretty much where it is at this particular juncture. So I'm telling Bears fans today, it doesn't matter about Caleb Williams. It doesn't matter about Shedeur Sanders, all these other quarterbacks, if this infrastructure is still the same, because we're just going to ruin them. They are currently ruining one of the greatest college quarterbacks I've ever seen in my life. Y'all know I don't like watch a lot of college football. I'm team where Deion go, I go. That's where I'm at. So right now we Buffs, and wherever else he go, I'll root for after that. But I remember watching Justin Fields in college. I remember those 6 touchdowns he put up against Clemson. I was like, oh, I would kill to have that dude on my team. And I had him on my team a couple months later, and we are single-handedly ruining this kid. Now I know I'm gonna sound like a Justin Fields apologist. I'm not taking Justin Fields off the leash. You know what I'm saying? All he gets blamed. Like there's a lot of stuff that he did was bad football yesterday. But who could really flourish in this system? You know what I'm saying? When you watch TV, prime example, I was watching some of the Cardinals Giants game last night when I was watching Red Zone. You got Josh Dobbs, you know what I'm saying? He's out there. He looks better than Justin. Daniel Jones looks like a Hall of Famer compared to what Justin's doing. And then Justin's like quarterbacks. Look at the offenses that even the Huffinson teams are running. We shouldn't have the Washington Commanders look like the greatest show on turf compared to what the Bears are doing, man. And that's just really where I want Bears fans to accept it. And I think we all are. I think it's one of the few times where Bears Twitter is like united and knowing that this is just not going to work out. You know what I'm saying? And that's just pretty much why I'm at with it, dog.
Yeah, bro, that's the truth, and I think you hit the nail on the head when you said it's like it's can't have they proven they can hire coaches? No, they've proven that they can't hire coaches. Like the history showing you that. You've seen the results every single time after time. You change the regime, and yet you've never been able to do what every team around the league that actually wins does, and that's get on the same accord with your GM, your OC, and your quarterback. And with the Bears, you go out and get a defensive coach, and you look around the league and every young quarterback has an offensive minded head coach. Everyone that's flourishing has an offensive minded head coach, and you go and do the exact opposite. So it's frustrating. It's annoying, but I mean, as far as your first question, I mean, they answered it, bro. They can't. They don't know how to hire coaches, bro. And as far as Justin, I'm with you. I'm not giving up on Justin. It is frustrating to see some of the things we see from Justin, and I think the Bears fans as a whole are also, well, I won't say as a whole because some have just gone completely off the rails, but I think for the most part, we all are here and now saying, yeah, we see what you're dealing with. We see the issues, but you still have to show us more. It still has to be something else from you that we got to see. And I think yesterday he was just holding on to the ball for so damn long.
Yeah.
And, the plays he missed, that they've been there over the last 2 games. It's one of those things where it's like, okay, we expected to see some of that, but we didn't expect to see this lack of aggression. Like they say, he's dropping back slower. He's processing slower than he was last year. They called 4 run plays for the guy all season. So you talk about taking one of his strongest assets, even though we know he can throw the ball. We want him to throw the ball more. His legs and his athleticism have been a great part of his game. And for you to take that away and say, nah, we want you to sit in this pocket. Like you can tell he's kind of been told, don't abandon the play. Like, let's try to throw the ball. Let's try to sit in that pocket and make something happen. And he just looks uncomfortable. And it's gotten progressively worse. I know it's only 2 weeks in, but to see where he left off last season and to where he is now, I gotta look at the coaching, bro. As much as we want to just shit on Justin, it's an issue. It's something going on in that building where you got Eric Bieniemy in DC going crazy with Sam Howell, who has probably a third of the talent that Justin has. So
I'm going to cut you off real quick. I'm just going to say I'm going to log in and log out of the show right now. I'm going to do the show on my phone because this computer is not going to last much longer. So y'all continue while I log out and do this real quick.
Yeah, keep going.
So yeah, bro, it's a problem where you look at Trevor Lawrence and Doug Peterson. You look at Tua and Mike McDaniel. You look at every system that's in place. And then you look at the Bears, and you had a guy like Jim Caldwell who sat down with you and said, oh, yeah, by the way, we're going to do this to scheme up Justin. I'm going to put this around him. I'm going to put this system. You've seen his history with the Andrew Luck, with the quarterbacks he's had. He worked with Matt Stafford. Seeing the success he's had from his quarterbacks. And you said, nah, we don't want that. We want those his principles. That's what we need. We want to bring that cover 2 back. That's what we want. And so it's frustrating, bro, but it's one of those things where the Bears are who they are, and we know that, G.
Can't dispute anything that you said. Um, um, I'm just trying to find the perfect words to say, but there's no perfect words to say that this team and this organization, a charter franchise in the NFL, is one of the worst franchises in the NFL currently right now. Um, I'm I'm not going to put any thought on Justin because I've always been a firm believer that the it's the best players are in the best organization, or at least at the time they have the right people there. And the reason why I'm not going to put it on Justin is not because Justin's not playing well and all of that has nothing to do with that. But to your point, Daniel Jones led a comeback after being down, 20-7 at halftime. You got Joshua Dobbs, who was playing lights out for a bit and has been pedestrian enough to have the Arizona Cardinals in games. You have Sam Howell, who played only one game last year. He gets with Eric Bieniemy, and he looks hella decent. I could go on and on and on with other quarterbacks without getting into the offensive style head coach and the quarterback. Justin, talent wise, is one of the most talented players in the NFL. And if you read the clips, if you talk to people, he's one of the hardest working quarterbacks of all time. Everybody continuously say he's the first one in the building, he's the last one to leave. So with that talent level and that work ethic, he sucked. That's unexplainable to me. But then when you look at the history of the Bears franchise, even with Lovey, like we talk about Lovey in that era, but the one thing that I hated about Lovey is that he wasn't the best developer outside of the people that led him. Like there was no replacement for Urlacher. There was no replacement for Lance Briggs. There was no replacement for that defensive line, and there was no replacement on the offensive side of the ball at all. We already know why. This team has not developed shit when I think about it in the most of my life. They have somebody needs to tell me to play how many out of everybody in the last I'm 41. Who, name us the top 5 players that the Bears developed. We only got one Hall of Famer since then, y'all.
Yeah.
Technically, if you want to cut after the Supers, after the '85 Bears, it's Brian Urlacher and everybody else. And we've had pedestrian quarterbacks. Eric Kramer got all of the fucking single season records. Him and Jay Cutler. We've never had a 4,000-yard passer. Like that's the shit that we talking about and discussing here. And and yeah, we could blame ownership and all of that shit too. We could blame them and all of that. But let's do look at the coaches. The last coach that they hired, other than Lovey, because Lovey did get a Super Bowl with the Rams, and I think he did get a Super Bowl as like the DB coach, and he was the defensive coordinator, I believe, on the team that went to the Super Bowl and lost, I think. But outside of Lovey, the last motherfucker we hired with some type of football pedigree, we see this nigga on Sundays on Comcast Sportsnet, NBC Chicago Sportsnet. It's fucking Dave Weinstein. Like when we hired Dick Duran, niggas was like, y'all sure? When we hired John Fox, okay, John Fox has a pedigree because he was the defensive coordinator. Okay, so okay, cool. But we hired him late. We didn't hire the nigga when the nigga was hot. We hired him when he was ran through. Eberflus was coaching the defense that was not even the top 15 defense. They hyped the nigga because he was a nice guy. They hyped the nigga because he was a very decent man. And that's what we dealing with here. And I'm sorry to take up all this time because I'm probably going to shut the fuck up after this. Because as a 41-year-old Bears fan, the only shit that I got to hang my hat on is shit that happened when I was a fucking toddler. I was a fucking toddler. I'm tired. And this is directed to put that shit back on me. This is it. This is it. 'Cause this is the fucking message. This message is for Kevin Warren. I said this last week. And I'm going to say it again. Ted Phillips and the McCaskey family are the only people that's held the position that you in since I've been here. You've held this joint for enough to you to see that the shit we got is piss poor. And you can now be like, oh, this is what all these other people have been talking about the Bears. Yeah, because you see it now. Now, ultimately, the shit falls on you, not the McCaskies, not Poles and Flus, you. At this point now, it is time for us to see what your vision of the Bears can be. And it can't just be about that stadium. Because if you're looking around now, Kevin Pace, I think this is the first time since the Tressman era that nobody gives a fuck about this team.
Yeah.
We're done. We're done. Fix this shit. Oh, you done too.
This was that was very eloquently put by my homie. Yeah, first of all, man, shout out to technology. I'm helping Dante produce this on my phone right now. I just logged in. So I'm like, this is moving good. By the way, uh, always get newer computers. I got a MacBook with mine like in 2016. So like,
I'm sorry.
if the charger's not there, it's a wrap. So when we started, and I was like, yo, this joint on 65% already. I'm like, this ain't gonna work. This is gonna be a 15-minute show. But we back up and running. We are not on time crunch. I want to introduce my guy. This is a guy I consider a friend of mine. I don't use the word friend very loosely, but this guy I consider a friend of mine. This is my guy, Lotto. Some of y'all know him as Derek. I call the nigga Lotto. He's a man of many trades. So I'm glad he took this time. He's about to go on tour, man. Shout out to Toby Lou. You
Thank
can
you.
be managing him, everything y'all doing right now. But in his
Appreciate
heart, he is a very optimistic Chicago sports fan. And we are all Bears fans here. We are all feeling it. I'm going to give the floor to you, my brother. How are you feeling on this very depressing Monday afternoon, evening as Chicago Bear fan?
I canceled my Sunday ticket.
Mm.
I'm done with football. I'm done with the NFL. I need some time. Yesterday was just one of the roughest days I've ever experienced. I didn't want to talk to my kids. Man. And I'm not even mad at Justin. It's not even Justin. It's the malpractice going on at Hallis Hall. Like, you got all that you. How do you get all these pieces for the team and you don't use them? Don't even draw plays to use them. Like, 2 straight screens with this 2 same. I play Madden, right? If you run the same play 2 times in a row, you're gonna get picked.
Yeah.
That's what they did. They playing Madden. They're playing like they new to this. How are you gonna set up in the same formation 2 times in a row and expect not for bad stuff to happen? I just don't understand, man. I don't understand. Coaching is horrible.
I think that's where everybody's at, man. Now I want to give the floor to Mikey. I know Mikey. I think you're en route to what's the name of that stadium in Miami, dog? Well, wherever that stadium where the Marlins play at, bro. What's going on?
I'm about to go sell drugs. I don't know what you talking about. I got 14. I got 14 bricks right there. Nah, I'm about to go to the Marlins Mets game. I think it's Lone Depot Park.
Okay.
So I'm about to go see some decent baseball. The Marlins are looking to overthrow the Cubs for that last wild card spot. So I'm gonna go with my coworkers and get get slapped and try
In
to
the
forget
words
about
of
the
Nori,
Bears.
make some noise about that. Let's knock the guns
Right.
out. If I can't have no joy, neither can y'all. No joy.
Hey, I'm leaving here with something.
I'm leaving here with something.
I'm leaving here with something. But but I mean, yeah, yesterday was disheartening once again. That's the second week in a row. It's kind of fucked up that go ahead, mommy. You want where you want me to go? You want me to back? All right, hold on. I got you.
Live
It's a little
television, people.
she kind of fine too. Um,
Don't get caught
but
up on live TV, dog.
no, my
Where the
girl
holes
sleep.
at stadium?
Right, my girl sleeping right now. We decent. But
Right.
honestly, like it's September 18th and we're already checked out. You know what I'm saying? Like I was bored at work today and I'm firing up the old mock draft simulator, you know? Um I think it is systemic, man. Like I don't understand how we have Justin Fields looking like this. Like we all have eyes. We have all seen the type of player that he can be on the national stage and the big stage. And it's crazy to me that he looks like he forgot how to play football. And honestly, I don't know if he's being overcoached. I would probably lean on that. He seems as he's being overcoached, and they've taken his legs from with under him. It's like they're forcing him to be a pocket passer. And I get it. That's the number one thing that Bears fans and that the organization and that the owner and everybody wants to see at this time. Um, but that honestly looks like where we're going. Um, what is it that that they're just putting him out there to dry and he's not a pocket passer. I think we all can admit that now. He's struggling to process. He's struggling to identify where the open man is, and there are guys open, but he's also being failed by his coaching staff, and I just find it fucking ridiculous that if we can see it from the couch, how come they're not seeing that up there in Hallis Hall? And this is the number one issue with how the Bears continue to go about this process. When we had Jay Cutler and when they moved on from Lovey, we had Jay Cutler. We put Cutler on Trustman. When they moved on from Trustman, they put Cutler on John Fox. John Fox said he got to go. Then they go and they make the Mitchell Trubisky trade, right? And granted, it's different regimes, but the same president. I mean, it's the same owners. The owners are allowing this to go down this way. So you draft Mitchell Trubisky, right? Without keeping John Fox in the loop. He thought they were getting Jamal Adams. He had no clue that they were going Mitch Trubisky, right? So then you go ahead and you move on from John Fox and you get Nagy and you stick him with Trubisky, who was the previous guy's quarterback. Then you move on. Then you allow Nagy. We all said it at the time. They should have fired everybody the year that they had what ended up being the first round pick to take Justin Fields. They had the opportunity to do the right thing and fire every single person. And for the first time in history, align everybody in lockstep from a president of football ops to a new GM to a new coaching staff. And they could sit down and draft the quarterback of the future together. But instead, they did it ass backwards and they allowed Pace and Nagy to go ahead and trade up and draft Fields, in which we all, I don't know at this time, will we all do it? I would still say, yeah. We would all take that risk with the type of prospect he was. But then they fired him, no more than 9 months later. And they forced a new staff to go ahead and deal with Justin. Then they had the opportunity. What was the difference of this year, Ted walking away and them hiring Kevin Warren last year? What incremental progress did they make on the Arlington Heights Stadium?
Not a
The only thing is
motherfucking thing.
nothing. All they did was purchase the land. You telling me Kevin Warren couldn't have did that? So they still don't even know if they're going there. So you wasted a year. You kept Ted in for one more year, and it still shit wasn't accomplished. And then you allow a GM to be hired and a coaching staff to be hired. And I don't care if Ryan Poles had talked with Flus and Flus was on his list. I don't care. Call it what it is. They got the same agent, Trace Armstrong, and 48 hours after Poles was hired, Flus was hired.
Yeah,
That shit was tailor made. That shit was tailor made. You feel me? That shit was already set up behind the scenes. So you go and you do that, and I would have, shut up. I would have been straight with any offensive guy. You know what I'm saying? Because we were saying it then. You have to get this hire correct because you got Justin Fields right there. You got a Ferrari parked in the bando. You got to unleash him and you got to get him to living into a high rise. So what do? They go and they hire a defensive head coach it's not like he was D'Amico Ryans. It's not like he was overseeing some top five defense. It
It's
wasn't
not. It's not
Jonathan
like he
Gannon.
was. He was not like he's Robert Salah or somebody like that
You,
who had a
and
real dominant defense.
Hey,
nothing,
wait a minute, wait a minute,
nothing,
wait a
and
minute.
nothing.
I'm gonna let you cook, but I just gotta ask a question that I was thinking about when you was talking. Did Doug Peterson and Mike McDonald all get hired in the same year as Eberflus?
Yeah,
Yes, and they had Doug Peterson at Hallis Hall during training
they had
camp. He
Doug
was
Peterson in the crib,
they
right?
had him. They had
Now I
him
know that.
there as a special consultant when Nagy was on staff because that's his people's. You had a
Yeah,
guy right there. I know a lot of people didn't want Doug Peterson, but we're seeing what it is. Whatever was going on in Philly was bigger than what he was doing on the field because they won a Super Bowl and he's having success with Trevor 2 years in a row. You know what I'm saying? Like
I'm
they're
looking at Mike McDonald. I'm looking at Mike McDonald as who I
Mike
loved.
McDaniel's, yeah.
I mean, Mike
I
McDaniels, who
mean,
I loved in San Francisco.
you
Loved
could
him.
have did it. You could have did it either way with any of those Niners guys. You could have hired McDaniel's. You could have hired Salah, and I would have been straight. They
yeah,
actually know what the fuck they're doing. The Jets, the Jets got offensive weapons, and they got a decent scheme. The only thing is they don't got a fucking quarterback. But you had the opportunity to get everything in lockstep, and you didn't. And now here we are again where we're in savior ass mode with this coaching staff. And this is about the third time. And I was telling Scott, this is about the third time. And he's there at Hallis Hall for the press conferences. This is the third time they thrown Justin under the bus. And we're only in week
yeah,
2. You know
yeah.
what I'm saying? Like they
And,
listen to what they're saying. Getsy is throwing him under the bus and saying there's plays to be made. You got to be able to let it rip. Flus today saying there ain't nothing wrong with the play that you identify it pre-snap. There's plays to be made, and he keeps saying consistency. That's what we want to see. And whether we like Justin or not, we can all say it with our eyes. He's not consistent enough. He's
yeah,
not
yeah.
doing the things that we want to see. So they're in a fucked up spot, and now we're possibly going into an off season where I don't see how this staff makes it out alive short of them ripping off like an 8-9 game winning streak, and that shit ain't happening. So now
And
you're
it's
looking at no, yeah,
now.
now you're
Go
looking
ahead.
at just two first round picks, a GM. Are you keeping the GM or are you allowing him to hire another group of people?
Nah,
And what
nigga, learn from
you
your
know what I'm
mistakes.
saying? You know what I'm saying? Like that's where I agree with you, Bang, and what you was talking about last week. Kevin Warren needs to assert his role and put his fucking pen pal down and let George McCaskey know, hey, we can't stand for this. We got it. I know you never made a in season firing, but you got to do it now. The buck has to stop, and we got to change this trend, or we're gonna continue being a mom and pop shop on a block with Walmart and Target and Costco. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I think too. To me, this is why I look at it. Like, and you brought up like with the press conferences. As somebody who's in the building all the time, I don't like. I said on this show on Friday, I didn't like the mood. I didn't like the vibe up in Hallis Hall the whole time I was up there. It just felt like these niggas was shook. I know Eddie Jackson was like, oh, we're focused and things like that. Like, I know the difference between focus and niggas who shook. They look shook to me. It just felt weird. And I'm tired of the press conferences. I'm tired of well, we just got to do things. And to me, Fluce's press conference this today, it felt like he knew he was wrong. He knew these are crappy plays, but he's calling them anyway because he's hard headed and he has the pride, and that pride is going to get him fired. And that's why they're having the things where he's throwing Justin under the bus. You're at the point right now where niggas is trying to save their jobs. And
Mm-hmm.
to me, I think Ryan Poles is safe, and this is why I think Ryan Poles is safe. Do I think Ryan Poles has done a good job? No, not really. I said when the Larry Ogunjobi thing fell through, I said on the 79th Hours page, that is something that was a red flag to me. How weren't you on top of that? The way he handled that. And all Bears fans called me everything but a child of God when I said that. And I said after Ryan Pace, stop crowning these GMs so quickly. The King Poles does it again memes. Like, stop it. You're looking real stupid right now. And to me, he's gonna keep his job because yeah, Mike, you brought up a good point about them having the same agent, but I never seen a franchise put together. First of all, put together a search group, and half these niggas not even employed by the team to find a general manager coach. Who does that? Number one, and then number two, when Poles was hired, it's not like Poles went and picked a group of people he picked. They gave this nigga a list of people who they picked and told him to choose from this. So I think just off that, he's going to save his job. But like you said, Mike, you're in the area, you're a mom and pop store where you've got the Starbucks on the block, you got the Costco's on the block, you got Amazon Fresh. Niggas is buying their groceries on a phone. You know what I'm saying? And you're still doing this mom and pop stuff. Kevin Warren, like I said last week, from very reliable sources, he was not happy. He's got to make a move. Somebody got to get fired. And I know that this is the beginning of the season. The interim coach is 9 times out of 10 going to be either Luke Getsy, or maybe they fire Getsy too and they make Janico head coach. I don't know. It's not a perfect resolution in season, but you got to send a message that this type of crap is not going to be tolerated. So some heads got to roll. Do I think that's going to happen right now? No. I think if they're going to lose on Sunday. It's not a matter of if.
I think
It's
we're
a
all in
matter about how
agreement.
many.
Right, we all in agreement on that one.
I'm
Yeah, it's
taking
not.
over.
They are a 38.5 dog on Sunday. That is crazy. So they are. It's not a matter of. There's not a matter if they're gonna lose on Sunday. It's a matter about how much. So you're gonna be 0-3 coming home against a team in the Denver Broncos, who's probably gonna be 0-3 too. Something's got to give. If you lose to the Denver Broncos at the crib and you 0-4, that's when somebody has to get fired. And
Yep.
if somebody doesn't get fired after that, then there's just nothing that's ever going to change with this franchise, and that just is what it is.
I was gonna say the same thing you just said. The Bears start 0-4. Somebody getting fired, or somebody should get fired, because if they go 0-4, that's damn near calendar year since they won a game. And when you look at this schedule, look at the Bears schedule, y'all. We thought these was winnable games
Not no more.
outside of
Hmm.
Kansas City.
Not no more. Not no
We
more.
they not no
Now I don't know
more.
when they gonna win. Now I don't know when they
They
Yeah,
gonna
look
win.
rough.
They're not. You look
even
at
the Commanders game looking like an L now.
right, because
Oh,
look,
they're gonna put 40 up on them.
Yeah, Sam Howell about to go
because
crazy.
they're in DC. They are in FedEx Field. So if the Bears lose at home on October the 1st, that right there, matter of fact, I'm very interested to see what the seats are gonna look like on that game. If they get the ass whooping that we believe they're gonna get against the Chiefs, I am confident in saying that you're gonna start seeing bags on heads, and it's not going to be a lot of people there. I ain't saying it's gonna look like an Oakland A's game, but it's gonna be light in that bitch. And if they lose, because here's the thing too, y'all. If they lose against the quarterback that everybody thought they was gonna trade for in the first place. And the guy who's from the area, who probably would have came to this bitch. Then you got the Commanders on the 5th. That's a loss on the road. You got the Vikings, which they look bad, but not as bad as the Bears. If they lose against the Raiders, fam, that's the calendar year. And oh,
And,
don't forget, the Chargers come, the Saints come. They might not win a game
I'm gonna be
until
100%
November
real.
9th against the Panthers,
And
and
would
you
it
got to
shock you?
decide.
Would it shock you if Bryce Young came in Soldier Field, knocked the towers down? No, it would not.
N- Not
No,
not
nothing is
only
shocking.
not only would it not, you got to look at your record compared to theirs because you got their first round pick. That's the
How the fuck?
conundrum game.
Facts,
That's
but
the conundrum game.
I'm still trying to figure out how the fuck you hire a defensive head coach who has given up 25 points in every fucking game or more, and you got Baker Mayfield in a white jersey looking like fucking Tom Brady, never retired. That motherfucker wasn't dirty. How is he still employed? How are you a defensive
You
head
bring
coach?
up
How
Tom
are you a
Brady.
defensive head coach and you can't put the quarterback on his ass, bro?
Look, you bring up Tom Brady. Baker Mayfield did something that Tom Brady didn't even do in his 2 years in Tampa Bay. He went the first 2 games with no interceptions, something that the GOAT didn't even do. Now, I want to move this conversation forward a little bit. I'm going to get a floor to Lotto and Dante. I'm going to go to Lotto first. Do you think now you've been a Justin Fields guy? Let me tell you, my man Lotto has been a Justin Fields guy since QB1. I remember him telling me about this years ago. So you're a guy, you love Justin. You know what I'm saying? Do you think my man is beyond repair at this point?
Nah, I don't. I think that he just needs the right coaching staff. I mean, look at Geno Smith. I don't think it's going to take that long, but I just think that he needs to be around the right coaching staff. I want it. This is the thing. Why would you get a defensive head coach to, because we all know offensive coordinators don't last long, especially if they have success with a team. They move on. So why not have an offensive guru as your head coach so that you always have him there with your quarterback? I just don't understand why you go defense. I don't get that. And then you get defensive head coach whose team can't play defense.
Right.
So it never made sense to me. They set up Justin to fail. Then it's like, yo, we saw what happened when you catered the offense to him last year. We were scoring. We almost put 30 up on Dallas, the only team to do that last year. We need to go back to that. Whatever it takes to get him moving. If you're gonna move on from him, okay, cool. But at least build up his.
But I agree with you. But I think that has to do with, and we're seeing this. And this is when I was watching the Colorado State game. One thing that I paid attention was Shador is doing. Shador is such a pocket passer that he doesn't want to run. Like he scans the field. It's crazy. This 21-year-old's vision is already better than Justin Fields, like vision wise. Like I'm not saying he's better
real quick. Let me jump in real quick. There's a reason he doesn't run. Being a Jackson State alum, he doesn't run because every time he ran at Jackson State, he would get injured. It happened every time. 3 times he ran, 3 times he got injured and would be knocked out the game. He for some reason when he gets hit, he's done for the game. So that's why he doesn't run.
Well, even with that, even with the not running, what I love about Shador is he's scanning the field.
Oh yeah, he definitely.
It kind of feels like when you're watching Justin, and this is how I know when I look at the all 22 footage and stuff like that, or even like the condensed thing. It's gonna look painful. Could look painful in real time. Like where it's like he's got the Kawhi thing going on. Where it's like he looks like a robot. He doesn't really 100% know where he's going. And so I think that's coaching. Last year in that 6-week span where the Bears was putting up all them points, it was because they were letting him run. You're gonna have to kind of treat him like Lamar Jackson, where it's like
exactly.
You see Lamar right now. Yesterday he was throwing. He was throwing it. And he was throwing some great passes. Now he has receivers and he's using his weapons as part of it. It's like they're trying to take the weapon away from Justin. He's not a pocket passer, bro. Stop trying to make
him the Ohio State guy.
Yeah,
or the Ohio State guy. They keep trying to make him like he studied Ohio State. That guy was college.
Yeah. And that guy had amazing offensive line, amazing all-world wide receivers. It's a different situation. You don't have that here. So you have to use the legs as a strength. This looks eerily similar to the first, 5 games of last year. And it's like they just stopped doing it. You have to use the strengths. And that's the only way it's going to help. My problem is this. My problem is this, before I get you to Bang. My problem is this. You got an arrogant coaching staff that, as bad as Nagy was, this nigga, Matt Eberflus, has not won a game in almost a calendar year. When they lose on Sunday, that will be his 13th loss in a row. I will be 35 in about 5 weeks. These niggas won the last game on October 24th, 2022. That's 2 days for my 34th birthday. They have not won a game since I have been 34, and he got the nerve, the gall, the audacity to go up on that little podium in Hallis Hall and tell us that was the right play. There's nothing wrong with screens, but there's something wrong with it when you keep running the same screen back to back. And for these idiots out here, it was like, well, Justin still threw the pass. Yeah, it's a screen. What you want to get sacked in the end zone? He had to throw it. And I'm not taking any blame from him, but this is on coaching. This is coaching staff. And I don't feel that Justin's broken because being around Justin, I think this dude has a very healthy self-esteem. I think he knows what it is, but I think they are screwing him. They're messing with him. And if they don't get help now, they will ruin him. So I want to get this to Dante real quick. We've been talking too much. Dante said no. What's going on?
No, y'all good. Y'all good. I mean, I agree 100% with Lotto. I don't think he's broken with beyond repair, but I think if you're the Bears, you have to make a change. Like it's at the point now where you see you cannot have two different philosophies trying to merge together. You have to have an offensive-minded coach and bring somebody in there. Like I said at the beginning, you had Jim Caldwell, who pretty much put the blueprint in front of you and told you what he would do if he was Justin's head coach. And you didn't bring him in. Like you have guys who were there. You said Doug Peterson. You got Bieniemy, who, like you said, has Sam Howell looking like he's all world. They said the Redskins hadn't scored 30 points in a couple fucking seasons or something crazy like that. And here they are, back-to-back weeks, they've scored 30-plus points. So you see Getsy, who once a lot like Matt Nagy, once that script is over, they look lost out there. They don't know what plays to call. Like, and it's consistent, but it's the same thing we're seeing it week after week. And like you said, to be that stubborn, that arrogance, matter of fact, and it's kind of crazy. Who was Buddy? He ended up being the head coach of Miami. These people who are crowned as offensive gurus, but they're really fucking
Adam
trash.
Gase.
Adam Gase.
The arrogance.
Former Chicago Bears offensive coordinator, Adam Gase.
It's the same thing with Gase, with Nagy. It's the arrogance to where you feel like that's where it looked like Getsy is teetering on that, where it's like, no, I know my play was going to work. He just didn't run it right. It's like, nah, bro, you have to work with talent. You have to work and create a system around them. That's why Lamar's been so successful in Baltimore, because they literally tore the system down and rebuilt.
And they got rid of Greg Roman.
Like, that's what you have to do.
Hey,
So
look,
he's not broke, bro, but you got to make a change.
let me say this real quick. I didn't think about this until Scott was talking. I remember Scott had when we talked about Luke Getsy getting hired, and you was like, we are applauding the quarterbacks coach of Aaron Rodgers. Look how far we fell.
Exactly, nigga.
That's exactly what Scott said. When we talked, he said we are applauding the hire of Aaron Rodgers, quarterbacks coach. Look how far we've fallen. Do you know how easy it is to be Aaron Rodgers, quarterbacks coach, let alone his offensive coordinator? I can be Aaron Rodgers,
quarterback coach. I'm going to tell him, keep doing what you're doing.
Now, let's look at the offensive side of the ball. Since Aaron Rodgers they've left Aaron Rodgers. Nathaniel Hackett had the worst head coaching situation in my lifetime. I've never seen a guy do a potential Hall of Famer so dirty with the coaching job that he did. That was malpractice. That's Nathaniel Hackett, y'all, who's now currently back with the Jets, back with Aaron Rodgers, who tore his shit up last week. So now everybody's going to be blaming Zach Wilson, but who's his offensive coordinator? Same nigga
a guy
who did Russell dirty.
Hall of Fame player out of the Hall of Fame.
So now let's look at what the Bears did. They hired Luke Getsy. Luke Getsy was the quarterback's coach, called no plays, didn't run no scripts. Basically, he gave this nigga a cup of coffee and a tablet for the preseason and the regular season. He said hey, look, here's what you did. And we hired him as the offensive coordinator. Now, the funny thing about this is, let's not just talk about Jim Caldwell, y'all.
I love Jim
I ain't saying Pep Hamilton is the greatest offensive coordinator in the world, but he's better than Luke Getsy is. He's better than Luke Getsy is. Because in the only season that Pep Hamilton was the offensive coordinator for the Houston Texans, they made Davis Mills look kind of decent enough to be like, yo, can we keep him and go somewhere else with this pick? And they still got CJ Stroud. And guess who's still on the team? Davis Mills.
This is
Pep
guess who
Hamilton.
guess who threw for 300 yards before Justin Fields? CJ Stroud.
CJ Stroud.
So,
I was about to say that. I just want to say this real quick.
Go ahead.
If you want to see the offensive malpractice, I know, Mike, you got to get up out of it. If you want to know the offensive malpractice, this nigga, DJ Moore, had 106 yards received. They couldn't stop this nigga, and they only threw it to him 4 times. Roshan Johnson had a 38-yard carry. And it's like, you know what? We don't need none of this. We don't
Sit
need
his
no
ass
points
down.
being scored. Let's not give him the ball anymore. Let's just keep throwing. It should not be rocket science, bro. If I can look at that final play, not really final play, but that pick six that Justin threw, I have never played football outside of the front lawn or the back lawn in my life. And even I knew how to stop that play. And if I can do that, what you think Shaq Barrett and Devontae David, these dudes who eat, sleep, breathe, and watch this stuff, what you think they gonna do? If I can
Super
point
Bowl
that out.
champions,
Like
Super
it's
Bowl
crazy.
champion
We shouldn't
defense.
have Dan Orlovsky, who and I love Dan Orlovsky, one of the worst quarterbacks that put up a football. And he's pointing this out like he's Peyton Manning. We shouldn't
Hmm.
have that. That is the
The,
problem with this franchise.
the predictability was so bad. I think they said out of all of Justin's dropbacks, out of every pass he threw, only two of them weren't out of shotgun. Like
Yeah.
every single pass he threw was out of shotgun. So it's
And
like you
speaking
said,
of
they're trying to make
shotgun,
him O State.
who was the
That's
last
him.
franchise in NFL history to adopt the shotgun? The
Uh,
Chicago Bears.
And we see why. We
It's
see why.
crazy.
we always a
But
day late and a dollar short, bro.
yeah, and speaking to what you said, Dante, about predictability, when you throw Velus Jones out on the field, everybody in the fucking stadium knows what's gonna happen. He can't catch
Yeah.
the ball. So you're gonna just jet sweep it with him. Like it's like being at a baseball game and you know they're about to bunt. Everybody in the fucking stadium knows they're about to bunt. But yet you
Billy
still
Hamilton at
do it.
bat.
And they use surprised it doesn't work. It's to bring this conversation full circle on like our trust in Justin and if we think he's broken or not. I think he's broken within the Chicago Bears and with this coaching staff because it is clear as day what they are trying to do. They are trying to make him a pocket passer. It's a reason they are not doing these design rollouts. It's a reason they're not letting him get out there and use his best athlete, his best asset in his legs right now, currently right now. And that's because they want a pocket passer. They went and got, like you said, they went and got Aaron Rodgers, quarterback coach. Aaron Rodgers is not running around crazy. Yeah, he can move and make some off-platform throws, but he's not running. He's staying in the pocket, quick throws. So that is what they want. If they wanted Justin Fields to use both and to be dynamic, they would use him as both. They would treat him as the dynamic weapon he could be in 2023 football. So I'm at the point where and this is where it gets really ugly, and this is where I agree with you, Scott, where it feels like they're setting him up to fail. It's because they're hanging on to having those two first round draft picks, right? Those two possibly
Yes.
top 5, top 7 draft
Yes.
picks, right? So the
And we're gonna
easy
get to
out
that
is
in a
to
second hour. Why I think that's not an easy out. But go ahead.
right,
Mhm.
and so the easy out for them in their eyes is, well, Justin wasn't our guy. He's gonna play over 30 starts. We've seen what he is. He's not able to do what we want in our offense. So let's just kick him to the curb and we'll get somebody else. When in fact, I think Justin, when put in the right situation, will put within an offensive mind with somebody who's willing to adapt, somebody who's willing to use his skill set and his tools, he is gonna thrive. And like Lotto said, it might not take as long as Gino, but somebody will take him and use him. There's gonna be plenty of teams that will not be in the Drake May, Caleb Williams, Michael Penix, lottery sweepstakes that will take a flyer on Justin Fields if the Bears do in fact choose to move on from him. The
The
only thing
Falcons.
I'm the Falcons, the Vikings,
Yep.
the Vikings,
Yep.
the Falcons, the Vikings. There's
Oh,
plenty
how
of
sick
teams.
would it be if Justin dominates in the same division? That would make me throw up.
The Tennessee Titans. There's plenty of teams. But
Mhm.
the only saving grace I have and I hope is Kevin Warren has familiarity with Justin Fields being, the president of the Big Ten. He saw that Shorty is a fucking problem. I hope that he's in those meetings saying, I seen it. We've all seen it. You need to fucking fix your shit and build around Shorty and let him have the opportunity to at least show his weapons before they cut bait.
I
But
I
I,
I,
see,
I will say this. Mike, do you have to bounce soon or what was? I want to hold you up.
Nah, I'm straight. I got like 35 minutes.
Okay, cool.
real quick, real
Yeah.
quick, Scott. Let me ask this question. Let me
All right.
ask this question because I think we all agree that he's not broken and he'll probably end up on another team. But Mikey, based off of everything that you just said, why didn't they just pull the trigger and trade Justin Fields and draft Bryce Young with the number 1 pick? given
because I
that
don't
he
think
is
yeah.
even given that everything that they look like they're trying to do with Justin, that's Bryce Young. If you want, if you want a pocket passer, then look no further than a nigga
Then Bryce Young,
who
yeah.
that's named Bryce Young, who might not be as tall and wide as Justin,
That's
but
what it
he's
comes down to.
everything
Pause.
that you want. Yeah, pause on
No,
all
yeah,
that. But he's
yeah,
everything
Yeah,
that you
that's
want.
crazy.
You want a pocket passer quarterback that can do X, Y, and Z, and you had him in Bryce Young, and you traded that pick.
no,
If you
I agree.
wanted
I agree.
that,
You got
No,
better
I agree.
prospects. You got better
Yeah,
prospects coming out this year, though.
that's their excuse. They
oh,
didn't. They
that's
That's
didn't.
it.
They didn't
Right,
fall in
exactly.
love with the guys last year. They, Bryce Young. If Bryce Young was 6'2" or just his height, they probably would have taken him. If Caleb Williams was the number one pick, if Caleb Williams was out this draft, Justin Fields will not be here. I just think that
yes.
that's what they said. And maybe they thought Justin won't figure it out. So we'll quote unquote give him a fair shot in the public's eyes. He's gonna prove us right that he can't handle it, and we're gonna get a high enough pick. Cause call it what it is. He's won 5 fucking games with us in 3 years. So if tanking is which they are trying to do, they then leave Justin in because he's gonna he's gonna show that that's what all he's gonna do is rack up L's
No.
based off, but that's
Uh-uh.
based off that's how they're looking at it is what I'm
No.
saying. That's
I'm just saying that if that's what it is, then that's literally the even worse dumb move. Because if that's the case, then you just trade Justin along with trading that number one pick and then getting a lot of picks. Go do what the fucking Arizona Cardinals did if this is the case. The Arizona Cardinals quite possibly has done the best tank job in the
Bro,
history of the
that
NFL,
that call came in
along with
at halftime.
right,
That call came in
along.
at halftime.
But wait a minute. But along with getting the number one pick from the other team, that looks like they doing the tank job. Because the Houston Texans ain't thoroughly improved like that. But they was just like, yo, we got building blocks for the future. So we straight. We got our quarterback for the future, and we got our defensive end for the future. The Arizona Cardinals like, shit, well, go ahead and give us that number one pick. Them motherfuckers gonna fuck around and have the number one and the number two pick, which means they gonna draft Caleb and Marvin Harrison Jr. If you go do it, Bears, do it like that. Because now you're gonna put yourself in a position where you're not gonna be able to get Caleb Williams. You're not gonna be able to get Drake May. You're gonna have to settle on Michael Penix Jr. You're gonna have to settle on Shador Sanders. Because if you tank, you don't tank for them niggas. You tank for Caleb.
Yeah, I mean, to me, I look at
Give me
it.
Shador.
Yeah, yeah.
I
What
mean,
did Ross say? Shadur, the Shadur Sanders. Like to me,
Shadur.
man, the Shadur. It's like to me, man. And Lotto, you said something on Twitter yesterday that was amazing, bro. Like, do you really think that Caleb Williams' dad or Dion Primetime Sanders is letting his child play for the Chicago Bears? You got another thing coming.
Hell no.
Caleb already threatening.
Archie Manning didn't let
Yeah,
that shit go down in San
Caleb
Diego.
already threatening to sit out of this draft. I don't even think he want to be a Cardinal. Like this nigga's on Wendy's commercials, and it's mid-season. You know what I'm saying? So you already got that. Now I want to wrap this up because I know we still got to get into the main hour, and a lot of you, if you got time, you can stay on here with us. But I want to wrap this Bears
I'm chilling.
conversation up with this question. We have 15 more weeks in this
hold on.
season. And as a member of the media, nigga that's got to travel, I am driving 8 hours on Saturday to watch Patrick Mahomes send us to our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. Okay, so for me as a media member and as a fan, at least I get to see the stadiums. You know what I'm saying? At least I get to say, "Oh, I went to Arrowhead, nigga." You know what I'm saying? I went to FedEx Field. I get to SoFi. What is there to watch these next 15 weeks? What is there to watch? There's so much football left.
Nothing.
I, It's Justin, bro. Like it's still Justin. Like that. It's like watching a train wreck, bro. You got to see how it end. Like as much as we want to
It's like
turn away.
clockwork, right? It's like clockwork orange.
Yeah.
They're just keeping our eyes open to watch Fox TV. You know what I'm saying? Like pretty soon we're gonna be getting the C team, Kevin Burkhardt announcing us. You know what I'm saying? Like there's nothing to watch. Like what is there to watch? It's just to keep watching the train wreck. Like just to keep watching how this is all gonna fall apart. I think like Bang said though, if they make it to well, this will be the last game. If they get to October and there's no win, I think we see it firing. And then
Y'all
then,
can't
then
see
I
this.
watch. Then I watch. What's that?
Y'all can't
I'm
see
gonna
this. It
zoom in.
says
I'm gonna zoom in
51
on
to,
Bang. What's
it
51?
said, there you go.
There we go.
51 to 3 Chiefs.
Damn.
51 to 3. Woo!
That's a
51 to
firing.
3
That's
Chiefs.
a fireable. That's
I'm
that's a
telling y'all,
firing.
fam.
Yeah. I think we
You
can see
right.
they ass beat.
They
I
put
just
they put in Flus. They put in Flus in the whip with Flows and Scott driving back to Chicago. If that happens,
all
he
right,
gonna be controlling the aux.
hey, we gonna drop Flus off a quick trip on the way back. Like this is the thing, man. Like to me, I'm at the point right now. I was telling my brother this yesterday. I just hope that Arrowhead has good press food. Like that's what my expectation is. I'm going for
They
three
gotta have some
reasons.
barbecue.
They gotta have
Burnt
good press
ends.
food. Yeah, I need good barbecue. I'm gonna have a fire on field pick, and I get to see my favorite player play, which is Patrick Mahomes. That is the only thing that I'm looking forward to in this game, because that's just what it is. I'm sorry, Bears fans. There's really nothing else for us to tell you when it comes to this, man. But I want to wrap this Bears conversation up because I want to
Shit,
still
Ryan
get into
Poles
what
should say that
happened.
too.
I want to get into what else happened in the NFL before Monday Night Football comes on. Mike, are you staying with us or you signing off?
I'm about to get up out of here, y'all.
All right, yo. Well, Mikey will give y'all his weekly parlay. We will have that up for y'all. He gonna be in the island somewhere, so we gonna have that for you. So, Mikey, we appreciate you, bro.
All right, tell y'all be easy.
All right, Joe.
Yes, sir.
So, pretty much, man, we gonna get into what else happened in this football week. A lot of things going on in week two. So I want to talk about, some week two observations, man. I got a couple, and to me, we're gonna go around the table. I want to go with my first observation to me that stood out from watching yesterday. Outside of every team in the NFL running a defense, modern offense, besides the team that I decided to root for. I love my father to death. I wish he didn't make me a Bears fan. Like I'm gonna talk to that nigga when he get home. Like what happened? Like what's going on, bro? You ruining my life. I'm not gonna make my kids be Bears fans. They can root for the Rams. They can root for the Chargers, whoever they want. Whatever. I'm not gonna put them in this Bears fans thing. Anyway, number one thing that stood out to me this week is the Dallas Cowboys are the same team as the New York Jets, and I say this because this. If you look at this team, that defense is generational. Micah
Yeah.
Parsons is incredible. If you redo the 2021 draft, Trevor Lawrence still goes number one, and then Micah Parsons goes number two. That defense is great. Trayvon Diggs is great. But the problem is that the defense has been so good these first 2 weeks. I think that how bad the offense has been has gone under the radar. They are not a good red zone team so far, and you know how that nigga gets down. They are in the same situation that the Jets are in without Aaron Rodgers. And I think I'm not fooled. They probably gonna go 3-0. I forgot who they play this week, but it's a team they can beat. They're probably gonna go on 3-0. But in the words of Joseph Button, you can't fool a real nigga. You can fool them. You can fool the ones that aren't paying attention. And I'm not buying what the Cowboys are selling because I know who's their quarterback. What's some stuff that stood out to y'all this week in week two?
For me, bro, Eric Bieniemy, he gonna beat those Andy Reid allegations. Like you see him on a different team, completely different offensive weapons, and he's making it happen. So for years, one of the knocks has been, oh, you've been sitting behind Andy Reid, and how much of the plays are you really calling? This Andy calling the shots? But now you see him, and like I said, a completely different set of weapons, and he's doing what he needs to do. So hopefully the Bears are taking note because at this point he's shown you like, yo, I really am nice with this offense shit. So hopefully he's a guy, they talk about Kellen Moore out with the Chargers. I think the Chargers have him in place just in case they decide to off Staley and you just put him in as your head coach. So you see teams positioning these offensive minds to be the next head coach. And I think one of the reasons Ron Rivera was hating on him is because Rivera knows his seat is kind of hot. Like he can easily be moved out of there and then you slide Eric up. But that's one thing that stood out to me is that Bieniemy, he really is everything that he's been advertised as with the offense.
Eric Bieniemy, come save Justin Fields. But Well, Bang, Lotto, what y'all see from this week, man?
Man, outside of the Bears shit,
Yeah, outside of Bears, we
um,
done with the Bears.
yeah, I mean, I'm just outside of the Bears shit. I I guess the best thing that I could say is that the San Francisco 49ers is scared. Um, I know y'all was talking shit about Brock Purdy. I wasn't. But man, oh man, like I think San Francisco versus Dallas, and quite possibly the NFC Championship game restores the feeling of the
Restores the
NFL
feelings of
night.
the '90s, bro.
It
Yeah,
restores the feelings of the
bring it back.
90s.
Yeah,
Like that, like to see those teams dominate the way that they have. And I know that, the Dallas Cowboys that play, they're the New York City champions. They're the Kendrick Lamar of New York right now. Um, but it's the Jets and the Giants. So we'll see. But those two feel like to me the best two teams in the NFL, and it's not even close. I'm not even that confident about the Kansas City Chiefs. That's why I think they're gonna beat the Bears 51-3, because they like, oh yeah, we're about to restore the feeling on y'all last. We just redid my contract. Chris Jones, you just got your money. Yo, we're about to blow these people out. It's going to take games like 51-3 to make us stop thinking about those two teams if San Francisco and Dallas keep dominating the way that they are.
I want to just show this real quick. We are in the main hour, real quick. This is just for y'all to let know, and for me when I edit this shit, we are in the main hour right now. But anyway, Lotto, what did you get from this week two action?
Here's the funny thing: they both took what I was going to say, but but I'll go a different route. I think the Miami Dolphins is flying under the radar, and I think because their fans don't come out and support them, and because they're in Miami and everything, I think people aren't paying attention. They have a great offense, and they actually have a really good defense. And I just think that they're going to be a team that I think they can make a deep playoff run. I really do. And I'm not just saying that because I have friends on the team or anything. I really think they can make a deep playoff run. Um, do I believe in Tua? Yes, I do. I never thought I would say that, but I actually believe in him. So I think the Miami Dolphins is a team that we're going to look up in November, December, be like, oh, damn, they only lost like 2 games or 3 games. I really believe they're going to go deep.
Yeah, shout out to
Pause.
that. Shout out, yeah, Paul, that was crazy. Shout out to that Black King Mike McDaniel. This is too. This also too, man. What I was thinking about too. And about a shout out to Damien. He was watching. Damien will be on the show on Friday, filling in for Mikey. So we gonna have to definitely watch what we got to edit out. But so this. So I'm with you on that. And this is what came to another observation of mine. I wrote down. It's time for Bill Belichick to go ahead and be a family man. There is no way. There is no way that I like Tua. I like what Tua saw. Tua, man. He's a member of the bloodline. He went out there. He told Ryan Clark, let's not get crazy, okay? Let me call Roman Reigns and the Usos
That
and
nigga
get
gonna
real
call it
static
Booyah
up in.
Tribe. He gonna call it Booyah Tribe.
Get real static up in here,
Shit's about to get real physical in Bristol, nigga.
right? We gonna move some chairs in Bristol. You know what I'm saying? But like this to me is when I knew he needed to be a family man, bro. Nobody's scared of this nigga no more. Like they're not. The intimidation factor is not there. I like Tua, but Tua was throwing some BLTs all through that field yesterday, and that defense was not adjusting. You know what I'm saying? I think Miami's good. I think if Tua doesn't get concussed, they're gonna win this division. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm a Josh Allen guy. Lotto, I know you a Josh Allen guy, but my man looking like Jay Cutler here. They have a real
Yes.
opportunity to win this division. But Bill Belichick got home, and I think the only reason they ain't fired him because he's still trying to beat. I think George Hallis for the most wins, or Vince
Don
Lombardi
Nah,
for
Shula.
the
it's
Don
Don
Shula.
Shula.
Don Shula.
Don Shula for the most
It's like
wins.
Shula.
But
328.
how many he got? How many is behind?
I think it's 328.
Okay, so when he beats that, they're not gonna fire him. Okay, respect him too much. He's been there 25 years, I think. We gonna get a mutual stepping away.
Oh
That's what I
yeah.
think it's gonna come down to. But without Tom Brady, my man is looking real crazy out there. Remember, it was a conversation: is it Brady? Is it Belichick? It was Brady, bro. And this is no disrespect to Belichick. Belichick's defenses were amazing. At least the first three-peat. You know what I'm saying? With Vrabel, with Brewski, all those guys. Was time for you to go home. I didn't know this nigga was married. I didn't know this nigga had kids. It's time for you
And
to
they
go
got
home,
hoes.
bro. That's what I'm
Bill
saying. It's
Belichick got
time.
hoes.
It's
Yeah.
time
Fuck
for
you
you to
talking? He
go
got
home,
hella
dog.
hoes.
No, his mistress worked for the team or some shit like that.
Man, you
Yeah,
see his wife?
he
Yeah, yeah.
connected, dog.
Yes.
No, you
Hey,
know who white fine? Who the coach of Texas?
Steve
Sarkisian?
Sarkeesian. I knew he
Hey,
was finna
dog.
say that. I
Hey,
knew he
dog.
was finna
Hey,
say that.
nigga. Hey, bro. Salute to that man right there. I didn't
Googling
know.
right now.
Yeah, like
Right.
Google right now. I'm like
Yeah.
that Shaq man. I was not aware of your game. I was not aware. Shout
Oh
out to
yeah, no,
him, bro.
no. Speaking of like that was his side shorty. And he said no. He called it
He said
sunshine.
no.
He said I'm not coming home. Like you see what I got over here. So no. Shout out to Sark, bro. He definitely got a winner.
Wait,
Wait a minute. Whoa, whoa,
wait,
whoa.
what? He
Y'all didn't know
had two
that?
white wives too? I mean,
Y'all
two
didn't.
black wives?
Yeah.
Both of his wives were black? The
Yeah,
first one was black, the second one was
yeah,
black?
man. Hey,
What?
dog. Hey, dog. You better be. Hey, you better get real familiar with Sark
Hey,
up in these streets.
he was in Alabama. He was the coach. He was the offensive coordinator with the Falcons, bro. Like he been in some black places.
Yeah.
I respect.
Whoa.
I respect your game. I
Okay.
respect your game. And
Bang is
here,
shocked. He said,
yeah, yeah. No, no, look, no,
"Whoa."
no, look. Bangers. I feel it. I was like, look, I saw her on Deion Sanders' daughter's Instagram. I was like, wait, hold up, who this? And then I was like, oh, I was not familiar. I'm sorry, bro. I didn't know you was out here like that. I shout out to him.
Hey, big dog.
But
Damn.
I see why you put the
Her
bottle down,
name
nigga.
L'Oreal. Oh,
yeah,
nigga.
yeah, 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 yeah,
Oh.
yeah.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
Her name Lord.
Yeah. Shout out to Buddy. Shout out
Okay.
to Buddy.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Okay, sorry. Look, and this is another observation I had before we move on to winners and losers of week two. Sean McVay, and I've been saying this for about 5 years. I'm a lot of when we was
Hold
growing
on,
up
Scott. I'm
watching.
sorry to interrupt you,
Yeah.
but she went to a HBCU for help. She ran track at North Carolina A&T.
Hey
Shit.
man, shout out to that king, dog.
HBCU.
Shout out to her, dog.
She's an Aggie.
Shout out to her. Look,
Wow.
what they say it hooks up, whatever they be doing out there. Shout out to you, G. Like that's what's up.
Hook 'em
But
horns.
yeah,
Shit.
this is what another observation I had. I remember. I remember when it was like 5 years ago. I don't remember if you remember this. When you was downtown LA and we watched that game, it was Rams Bears. That's when I told you niggas that Nagy was Huff, even though we won
Yeah.
that game. But this was like I think it was Sean McVay's first or second season with the Rams. And I was like, what did Sean McVay do? Y'all keep talking about how good this nigga is. I didn't notice how good Sean McVay was these last two games. He out there
Mm.
playing with Aaron Donald and me, nigga, and like 50 other niggas that we ain't heard of, and they
A
competing.
nigga
They
named
won,
Puka.
right? They won week one. You know what I'm saying? They was right in it with the Niners. That
Yeah.
dude is a
Yeah.
great coach. Like we
Excellent
gotta give
coach.
Sean McVay his flowers, man. I'm finally admitting that.
Yeah, I mean he's a football savant, bro. Like you know who his pops and his grandfather and like growing up in that 49ers organization, like he's one of those people where we talk about nepotism, but it's one of those things where he was legit bred for this shit. Like he's doing what he was put on this earth to do, and his family made sure that he was gonna be elite at it. And it's paid off, bro. Like Sean McVay is amazing. I know they'll probably be looking for a new quarterback soon.
Don't let him get Deion's son. Because if he does, it's
Woo!
over for the league.
yeah, if he gets
Shador
Shador,
and
No,
him,
no, no.
or
Don't let McVay or Sean Payton. Have y'all
I said
realized?
that too about
Hey,
him going
look,
to Denver.
look. Did y'all watch his interview yesterday? My man Sean Payton took the car and backed it all the way up
All
on
the way
Russ.
up.
Oh, he was like, look, I don't know what this nigga doing, but this is not the type of stuff that I'm rolling with. I'm telling you, don't let him or Sean McVay get Shador. It's over. I'm telling y'all,
Yeah,
bro.
it's gonna be over for everybody.
It's gonna be over for everybody, bro. I got one last observation before we move on to winners lose, and then we're gonna preview these 2 Monday Night Football games, which are coming up in 30 minutes. Shout out to everybody who is in the chat room. Shout out to everybody on Facebook watching us. This is the main hour. I want to keep telling you, this is the main hour of I'm Not Gonna Hold You. I'm very proud of myself because I'm really producing this whole thing on the phone. Shout out to Steve Jobs, nigga. Shout out to technology, real quick. But I also point out that the Arizona Cardinals, we talked about this a little bit, they are quite possibly executing one of the greatest tanks of all time. Now, it might not feel that way now, but I feel like last year the Bears tank was flawless, but maybe these niggas was just idiots 2 weeks into this. But
Both could be
that
true.
game, yeah, exactly. That game last night, they were running the New York Giants. I know a lot of Giants fans. Shout my man Mariano. Check out the Shot Clock Show on the Barbershop Network, and we'll be back once the NBA season starts next month. But everybody talking about Danny Dimes, no nigga, that call was made. That call went in at halftime, like, oh, y'all tripping. Did y'all see Caleb? Did y'all see Shadur? Hey, stop trying to win. That's
Bro.
what that was. I think that execute one of the greatest things of all time.
Yeah, bro. I told you last week, like, I said it to you and I tweeted it. I said they're gonna play great football for 3 quarters, and then they're gonna huff it up every fourth quarter. And that's exactly what you saw, bro. You're gonna see, like, they got the groundwork. You know, they already had the system in place. Kyler Murray used to tweak a little bit, but they still had a good team and a good system, good foundation. So they're going, like I said, they're going to compete every week. But because the NFL has been quietly talking about, hey, we're not really with the whole tanking thing, you never want to be that first team to get penalized for blatantly tanking. So they're going to be extremely competitive for 3 quarters. And then I guarantee you every fourth quarter is going to look like a preseason game, bro. Like, just get ready for it.
Definitely, man. Definitely. What y'all think about it? Is there any other observations y'all have before we move on to the next topic?
Nah, I think that's it right there, fam. Hey, if the Arizona Cardinals get the first 2 picks, though, that's classic.
Oh, yeah.
Classic.
That is all-time tank.
How would they get 2 picks, though? They own somebody pick?
They
They got the
own the
Texas
Texas
pick.
pick.
Texans.
Oh, are you
That's what, yeah.
serious?
The
You gotta let
trade,
that Caleb Williams shit go,
yeah,
bro. Yeah, it's over. We ain't getting
yeah,
Caleb. That's dead.
The trade to get Will Anderson.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God! So they could get Caleb and this even worse because then they gonna trade Kyler Murray and they gonna get more picks.
Yep.
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 That's why I
Yep,
said, Scott.
They did it
If
right.
that's why I said, I hate to bring it back to the Bears, but that's why I said, if you gonna tank, if you gonna do all of this, do it like them niggas did it. Do it like the Cardinals did it. Because they can mess around and have 2 of the top 5 picks in the NFL draft. They can mess and here's the kicker. Fuck the Kyler Murray shit. If they get the top 2 picks in the NFL draft, you know Caleb Williams is going one. You can draft Marvin Harrison Jr. number 2 if you want to, but there might be a team in the top 5 or the top 10 that might look at that pick and it's attractive because they want Shador or they
Drake
want Drake
May.
May, they want
Yes.
Michael Pitt.
Shadur.
And then what do? You dangle that pick in front of that team, and you end up getting a couple of more first round picks.
Yep.
And we don't want Kyler Murray. We want that pick. All right, cool. But then there's gonna be some team that's like, look, Kyler healthy. All right, fam, we'll take him too. Oh, you got to give us a first round pick for him too. I bet. Boom. But nah, that contract too high. So I don't know if we could give you a number 1, but you might could finesse somebody to give you a late one that is still like a first round pick to some people. So fam, their take job might end up being very
Extraordinary.
quickly a very quick return on investment for the next 2 years for a multitude of picks, depending on where that second pick of theirs up at.
I did not know that Texans thing. I did not. I
Yeah.
was not aware,
Yeah,
bro.
we cook, brother.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's move on, man. Winners and losers.
Us. Losers.
Winners and losers. Dante, do you have the video queued up? I wanted to play this video. I'm gonna start with my losers first.
Actually, I'm not gonna lie, brother. When your MacBook died, the video went with it. So
Okay,
I do
well,
not have the video.
we don't have the video then. We don't have the video
What an
then.
episode. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
whatever. Y'all got to deal with us today. Anyway, I'm gonna start my winners then because we don't have the video. That's my fault. Everything today is my fault. So if anybody has a problem, blame Scott Lewis. Okay. Blame me and everything that's been going on the last 24 hours. Blame me. All right. So anyway, my winners for this week. I'm going to start off with the Baltimore Ravens. I have been a Lamar Jackson critic. I have said that I didn't think he could throw, and with the way my quarterback is throwing, I look like an idiot. In the words of Stephen A. Smith, he said, I'm an idiot. Why? Because I'm an idiot. That's how I feel right now. But Lamar is in a zone right now. He's got weapons. He's got Odell. And a guy who I wanted on my team, Zay Flowers, is cooking. They're doing good. They're looking great offensively without Greg Roman. I think Baltimore Ravens fans should be excited. They're 2-0 right now. If Cleveland loses tonight to the Steelers, they're going to have a comfortable lead early in this, especially with the Cincinnati Bengals being 0-2. I like them. They're one of my winners from this week. Another winner I'm going to say is the San Francisco 49ers. Big win against the LA Rams last night. And the thing about the Niners has always been the quarterback play. The defense has never, ever really been an issue in the Kyle Shanahan era. Yeah, Brock Purdy did not have a touchdown yesterday, but he made the plays. And the reason they lost the NFC Championship game to the Eagles because they had three quarterbacks out. If Brock Purdy can make the plays that Jimmy Garoppolo could not make, I think this team can be the best team in football, man. So I'm gonna give it to them with my winner. And my third winner, even though I feel like he got away with murder, I gotta give it to Daniel Jones because Daniel Jones is making the line, not the Lions, but the Giants organization and Giants fans make them think that that contract was actually a good investment with the way he came back, even though we all know the call was put from the Arizona Cardinals. So I gotta give it to my winners for Daniel Jones. Before we get into our losers, who y'all got as some of y'all winners from this week?
San Francisco 49ers and Dallas Cowboys are number one because they were starting to fail in the 90s. Number two, Tua.
Your mic is messing up, my G.
You said
What?
Yeah, I think say something now. Yeah, there we go.
There we go.
Yeah.
So the Dallas Cowboys versus the San Francisco 49ers in the NFC Championship game almost looked like a foregone conclusion. So got to give them a tie on. I love that. So that's a win for me. And then the Miami Dolphins, because look, what you can say about Bill Belichick, but they played that man well, fam. Like Tyreek Hill wasn't running around like he was last week. They played him good defensively, but Tua still found a way to win. And yeah, it's looking like in the AFC, the Miami Dolphins is probably far and away right now the best team in that division. And considering what we've seen with some of these other teams, it's looking like the '90s, man. What if we have what if we would have saw like Dan Marino go against the Dallas Cowboys up in the Super Bowl? So, well, matter of fact, you know what? No, it kind of reminds me of the '70s because the Dallas Cowboys against the Miami Dolphins. You never know what might happen. So the NFL gonna love this Super Bowl rather than some of the other ones they've had because of team names. This might be a big one this year for them.
Yeah, I had the Cowboys as one of my winners as well. And again, like I said earlier, the Commanders. I think jumping out 2-0, seeing that offense rolling the way it's rolling, definitely gives you something to be cautiously optimistic about. Because I think I said, I'm not sure Ron Rivera will be that much longer. And you have your replacement, your heir right there. And, Bieniemy is beating the Andy Reid allegations, and he's going to step up into a head coaching job pretty soon. So I think the Commanders, you're a winner because now when you have a person like that on your staff already, and you already know, like I said, Sam Howell is cool, but that's probably not their guy that they're going to go with. But that has you ahead of the game if you're that new ownership group because you can make a change at your head coaching spot and have an offensive guru in there to say, okay, now we're going to let you pick your quarterback. You go get your guy, and you go from there. So I got the Commanders as one of my big winners so far.
I got the DMV as a whole because you got Baltimore undefeated, Commanders undefeated. Great time to be from the DMV if you love football. So shout to them. Also, a lot of people may not know this, but DC, even though it's DC, there's a lot of Cowboy fans in DC.
Yeah.
So I know they're happy. So they're happy about what's going on down in Texas too. So it's just a great time all around to be in that area. Losers besides us. I'm gonna say the Vikings.
Yeah, I was going. Yeah, that's a good one.
Maybe go to the Vikings because You got a generational wide receiver. You have an offense basically, but you're 0-2 in a division where you looked like it was going to be between y'all and Detroit last year. This year they may be picking where we at. They may be top five picking team because I don't know what's wrong with them, but they find ways to lose. So I'm gonna go. I'm gonna say the Vikings right now, and I don't think they can fix it either. I think the division. I don't know who's gonna win the division, but it damn sure ain't gonna be the Vikings.
Yeah. My lose, I only got one so far that really sticks out. It's the Denver Broncos. Like the Denver Broncos could quite possibly be in hell. Like Russell Wilson, that contract is bad, and you brought in Sean Payton to, resurrect his career. And so far, it hasn't really looked like it's going the right way. Outside of that Hail Mary at the end of the game, Russ has looked kind of like Russ last year. So, I mean, it's one of those situations where if you're the Broncos, now you're at that crossroads. What are you going to do? Like we talk about, John Lynch and the ironically enough, two former Broncos. We talk about the leeway that Lynch gets, but Elway's the same way. It's like, Peyton bailed him out, but other than that, he still has yet to replace Peyton Manning and get a quarterback in there to really, lead his franchise. So that's one of my biggest losers. Well, that is my biggest loser. It's the Broncos.
You
No,
know how we had.
Denver,
Uh,
John Elway ain't even there no more. He was like, fuck it.
Tweaking.
Yeah. Go
Wait,
ahead,
real
Lotto.
quick. You know how we had to figure out who it was between Belichick and Brady, and Brady ended up showing that it was him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, with Pete Carroll and Russell Wilson, I think Russ was trying to show that it was him all along, and nah, it was Pete Carroll because Pete Carroll's it's still going strong in Seattle. The way
Yep.
that he transitioned from Russ to now Geno, like Pete Carroll looks like he's the man. He was the man up there, and I don't know. I don't know if Russ can fix this, man, because Russ just. I think it was dumb. He should have stayed in Seattle because he's getting exposed, and I feel bad because
Yeah.
I'm a Russ guy, but he's getting exposed.
And he's getting exposed. He should have been exposed for that terrible Subway sandwich that they had last year. But I'm a Russ guy too. Like I like Russ. To me, the number one loser this week. I mean, Bears fans were obviously losers. I think Joe
Yeah.
Burrow is a loser because nigga, you can't play right now. You can't. He re-aggravated his calf. You don't want to play with calves. That's how KD tore his Achilles. That's how Aaron Rodgers tore his Achilles. I think they need to sit Joe Burrow for a nice minute. Now, is it probably going to ruin the season? Yes. If you look at all the 0-2 teams right now, I think they're the one in most of some deep crap. Because if you look at the Baltimore Ravens, they're 2-0. If Freaky Sean and the Browns win tonight against the Steelers, which I'm picking them to win tonight, they're going to be 2-0. You already going to be behind the 8 ball right now. So that's going to be a problem for them. But my biggest loser is what we talked about on Friday, man. What we talked about on Friday. You niggas who are Detroit Lions fans wearing ski masks in Detroit, like Ford Field is a smack dab in the middle of downtown Detroit. And I don't know if everybody done been to downtown Detroit. When you exit out the side of Ford Field, that alley looks like the same alley that New Edition walked through at the end of the Can You Stand the Rain video. You will get dealt with. And y'all out here with these ski masks. And if my computer wasn't dead right now, I'll play the video of the Seahawks with the ski mask on in the locker room. So I'm put it for them. And this is the reason why I feel like even as bad as it is for the Bears right now, and I am not saying I'm giving the Bears any type of hope, but this division is going down to the last week. Well, I will give Matt LaFleur this. Matt LaFleur is actually a good play caller. It wasn't just Aaron Rodgers because the way he schemes, Jordan Love has been amazing in these first two games. But when it came down to it in that game in Atlanta, and they needed Jordan Love to make the throws to win the game, my man's could
Trash.
not do that. He was trash. And so that's why I feel like nobody's finna run away with this division. So my biggest loser is the Detroit Lions for the way to win. Jared Goff showed you. When Jared Goff got a throw, he gonna get picked off. You saw it happen. Man. So that's what I'm gonna get my big loser to.
I agree with you. I was gonna say the Detroit Lions. That it's always fucked up when you start feeling yourself and then you try to do something with the fans for the fans and you get your ass whooped. It's like I hate to bring up this bad memory, but when Carlos Boozer made that rap with the Chicago Bulls,
Oh,
we
here
all
we go.
collectively was like, yo, this shit's a rap. We
Bro,
lost.
it was a rap when they signed him over Chris Bosh. That's when it was a rap.
Yeah, but when he made that rap song in the playoffs, we was like, all right, get the fuck up out of here. But what's the cornerback? When R.W. McCorders
Mm.
made that damn rap song,
When
we
R
was like,
Dub
yeah,
made
this is a
that rap
rap.
song in '01, I knew Donovan McNabb was gonna get
Knew it
one
was
in their
over.
hands.
Knew it
When
was
R
over.
Dub made they did the 2K1 Super Bowl shuffle, I was like, get
Yes,
them out of here.
get him out of here. So it's the same thing with Detroit. Hey, hey, do you not understand the history and legacy of Detroit Lions football? You should
Yeah,
have waited till y'all niggas was like 6-1. Matter of fact, nah. Wait till y'all clinch the playoffs. Cause remember when the Miami Dolphins ass was undefeated, and then they thought they was gonna go to the Super Bowl. This was the year. Dan Marino tore his Achilles, and Scott Mitchell had to come in for the rest of the year,
Scott
and they
Mitchell.
lost
Oh my
every
God,
damn
what a
game.
name!
Huh?
What a name!
Hey, shouts out to Detroit, because Detroit signed that nigga thinking we had the quarterback of the future.
And he did. Oh my God, he was horrible in Detroit. He was
Oh
rough in
goodness.
Detroit.
So yeah, hey, look, pump the brakes before you start doing, your little signature shits. All right,
Yeah,
Detroit Lions, clinch
yeah,
a
man.
playoff berth, then put the mask on and shit. But
You
y'all
will
ain't good enough. Y'all ain't no feeling to restore. Y'all ain't got shit. So just
you
play.
you will get robbed outside of Little Caesars Arena.
You will.
Uh, you will get robbed outside of the Coney Island. I know Detroit very well. Shout out all my Detroit people. Shout out my cousins and my auntie, my uncle out in
Same,
Detroit.
same.
Shout out all my niggas on 7 Mile and Rockwell. Shout out to all y'all. But stop wilding, bro. We gonna wrap this up with a little bit of a Monday night football preview. We about 35 minutes away from the doubleheader. Monday night football is going to be Steelers Browns. Kenny Pickett versus Freaky Sean on ABC, and then we're gonna have Bryce Young versus Derek Carr on ESPN,
Let's
man.
go Saints.
What y'all got tonight? Who y'all got tonight? How y'all see these two games? And we have a new Monday Night Football thing being debuted by Chris Stapleton and the one and only D.O.G. Snoop Dogg tonight. So a big night Monday Night
Mm.
Football. What y'all got going on tonight?
Okay, man, I got the Saints winning. I got the Saints winning by 10, 27, 27-17. I think, Bryce Young is going to look a little decent. He's going to look a little decent, but 27-17, the Saints is going to win. And I have 31-10, the Cleveland Browns shellacking the Pittsburgh Steelers. Hey, look, I ain't
Mm.
gonna front, man. This might be Mike Tomlin's last year in Pittsburgh.
Well, as far you think he gonna leave, they don't fire niggas.
I think he's going to leave. I think
Okay.
he's going to leave.
Mike
I
Tomlin in
think
Chicago, we gonna fire that up?
I think it'll be Mike Tomlin in the DMV before it's Mike Tomlin in
Mmm.
Chicago, because Mike
Mmm.
Tomlin is from that area. It was actually rumors when I was living out there. It was actually rumors that, if things went left with the Pittsburgh Steelers, that Dan Snyder would soup his ass up in a heartbeat, and he from the area. So it'll be that before, he come out here.
And
But yeah.
Magic can pick up that phone super quick.
Oh, hell yeah.
Magic, Magic. Anybody gonna listen to the Magic man? By the way, I meant to say this in the catch up. HBO man,
Yeah,
Fuck
what's
them.
dirty,
going on, G?
dirty
What's
as
going
fuck.
on, G? How you
It
gonna
is
end
dirty.
Winning Time, one of the greatest shows on HBO, and then I don't even want to watch the finale anymore. I know the
I
Celtics
didn't
won in
watch it.
85, 84. I don't even want to watch
I,
it.
It
no,
hurts your feelings.
no, I watched it. And I say this: they did not do them justice. Like
Yeah,
that sentiment that hits home hard when you watch the end of this, because the way they
it's
did it, you could tell they knew like we might not be coming back. So here you go, boom, boom, boom,
yeah.
boom, boom, boom.
They sped it
So
up.
like it's sick, and like you talking about something where shout out to Scott because he interviewed Jeff Pearlman.
Jeff
They had the
Pearlman, yeah.
source material to where both books lined up to where they could have had at least 2 or 3 more seasons. You could have had the end of the Showtime dynasty. You could have had Magic when Magic tried to come back and play in 95, 96. And then that leads right into when they got Shaq, and Shaq had Nick Van Exel, Eddie Jones, and all those dudes. And then you traded for Kobe. Like they could have went up until Mr. Bus passed away. So they had enough material
And
to keep
honestly, they
going.
could have did different versions. They could have did Winning Time Bulls. They could have did Winning Time Bad Boys Pistons.
Bro,
This could have been a franchise.
Hey, listen. If Tyler Perry wants to help his legacy, in my eyes, Go and get this show and put it on BET.
That's the thing. Tyler Perry don't even own BT.
Buy BET
Tyler,
and then go buy
Tyler
this.
Perry.
Right.
They
I
told.
need
They told.
I need a
They
way for
told
this show to
Medea.
be.
Yo, BT and black women are done with Tyler Perry right now. I
Oh,
would get more into that if this wasn't something. If this was Summer Sessions, but it's
that's a
not.
summer sessions topic.
That's a Summer
Definitely.
Sessions topic.
I
We
need
not doing that.
somebody to go get winning time. Winning time does
Somebody to go
not
pick up Winning Time.
Netflix
somebody.
should pick it up.
Showtime,
But everybody
Netflix,
being cheap right
somebody.
now.
Yeah, I mean,
Somebody.
yeah, everybody's still, still boycotting, which I understand.
Yeah.
But my take on tonight, man, I got the Browns winning. Outside him being a sicko, I think Freaky Sean is a good quarterback. I think that he's gonna get better each week. Miles Garrett is man amongst boys, bro. I really think he's gonna be dominant. I really like what they're doing out there, and I just don't trust a nigga who has two throwing gloves. I just don't trust Kenny Pickett. I'm sorry, I just don't. I love Mike Tomlin. Mike Tomlin made me jump off his tower and think I could actually live. You know what I'm saying? Like I mess with him, but I just don't think this is it. I think that in the second game, I think Bryce Young's gonna get a welcome to the NFL moment. I think that Saints defense is gonna put him through some things. So I got the Browns. I got the Saints tonight.
Yeah, I'm going same Brown Saints, bro. I think Bryce Young is getting, baptized early. Like you said, I like what I saw week one with him, at least, still being aggressive, trying to make his throws. You'll have more of that this week, but like we all know, going down into the Superdome, that's a tough place to play. So, that's going to be one of his first real welcomes to the NFL. So I got New Orleans, and then I agree. I got the Browns. I think the Browns are going to be in the hunt for that division the entire year. It's going to be tough. It's going to be one of the best division battles in the league. But I think the Browns, with a full season, full training camp at Deshaun, it's going to be a lot different this year. So I got them. I got them big against the Steelers.
Lotto, who you got, Gary, bro?
I'm gonna go Browns and I'm gonna go Saints just because my joy is watching Carolina lose. I watched the first game already, and I had extreme joy when they lost. I just got to see Carolina lose every game. I got to see us at least have something to be happy about. So I need them to
Leaving up out of
lose.
here with something.
Yeah, yeah,
Leaving up out of here
definitely,
with something.
definitely.
Oh man, I think yeah, man, it's gonna be some good games, bro. I'm looking forward to tonight. Today's episode was unofficially sponsored by Tequila Ocho. Shout out to Tequila Ocho. I just killed this whole bottle. Uh,
Nice.
it's been a long 24 hours, dog. We will be back on Friday. Damien will be filling in for Mikey. Mikey's gonna be somewhere. I don't know. I think he's gonna be in New Mexico, so he will not be here, but he will have your weekly parlay. We're gonna have
The
that up on
fuck
all
is
the
in New
barber share
Mexico?
socials. I think that nigga's going to a wedding. I think he is. I don't know.
Niggas get
But
married up there?
that's a good question. That's a
I'm going
good
to say Nick,
question.
but yeah, people get married out there.
Yeah, that's a good question. Next week, next Monday, we'll either be doing next Monday or next Tuesday, because I'll be coming back from Kansas City. So depending on what time I actually leave, we'll know which day it'll be. But we will get that done for y'all. Is there anything y'all want to say if we get up out of here?
Hey man, Kevin Warren, you on the clock, fam.
Ah,
Make the right
damn,
decision. Make
damn.
the right decision, fam. Blow it up now. Let's not wait. If we go tank, let's do a tank job.
Do it the
Let's
right
do a
way.
tank job like the Arizona
Do it
Cardinals,
the
fam.
right way,
Look, how bad is it that we're jealous of tank jobs?
bruh. It's
Yeah.
terrible. It's terrible. Lotto, bro, we appreciate you coming on. Let everybody know where they can
Thank
get
you.
in tune with you, everything with Toby, everything y'all got going on.
Um, Follow me on Instagram and Twitter, CHILOTTERY. Follow Toby Lou, TOBILOU. See us on tour. We're doing 25 cities. So we start tomorrow in Dallas, and yeah, ready to go.
Ready to go, man. Get in tune with everything they doing, man. We'll be back on Friday to get y'all ready for week 3. We're gonna be talking about this Colorado Oregon matchup that I'm excited about. We want to see how the Buffs gonna match up with that. Travis Hunter will be out the next 3 to 4 weeks. That is terrible.
That's sad.
I think old boy need to be suspended for that.
Yeah.
But
Hey
shout
man,
out, shout
that
out to
boy
the
he
Buffs.
getting death threats though. Man. That boy
Yeah,
got
don't
some
send him
death
that.
threats and shit.
Don't send him that. He a kid, man. At the end of the day, these are kids. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's keep it
They
that
getting
way.
their ass
These are
watched
kids.
next week though.
Oh,
Look.
yeah.
I think. This is my take. Now, granted, I don't know college football like that. I could be wrong. Take this with a grain of salt. I think they're gonna go 1-1 in the next two because as good as USC's offense is, their defense is tougher than Colorado's. So I think this is gonna be a shootout here. And if somebody can make one defensive play, they'll win that game. If they can go 1-1 the next two, I think that's a good sign for them. But like you said,
Yeah.
Bang, I also would not be shocked if they do go on two. This is the upper leagues. I had my first taste of Pac-12 after dark. I was very tired because I wasn't on West Coast time, and I was like, this game needs to end.
Welcome to my
So,
world, nigga.
yeah, but I will not be back when I get back to LA. Thank God, I'll be back on regular time. But you know to follow us on Twitter at BarbChestScott, at OctoberZoneTay. Follow Bang at JR Bang. Like I said, follow Lotto at Shot Lottery. Follow the Barbers Chat Network on Patreon, patreon.com/Barbers Chat Network, man. And we gonna holler at y'all Friday, man. Dante, take us up out of here, man.
Yes, sir.
Getting paper on these player haters, old news, money on the other line, so I'm not gonna hold you. Money on the other line.